Yes, sir. In the building. Just ready to go. No Laces Show. It's your boy Antonio Lamar. I'm back with Sean and Marcus. What's up, fellas?
Hey, what's happening?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, yes, today we're going to talk about the defensive backs and all that. Since we talked about the running backs last time, let's go ahead and get into this. First things first, we had Brendan Radley Hiles, Bookie, had him into the transfer portal. So what y'all think about that? So let's go ahead and talk about that real fast.
Well, first and foremost, you gotta wish him well. Well, best wishes to you, Bookie. Hate to see you go.
For real.
Kid that's obviously loved around campus. Um, yeah, I just hate to lose anybody, man. But having a guy that's been a starter in the program and then all of a sudden hit the portal, that's it's a challenge. Another wrinkle thrown at Grinch, but I'm sure he got something up his sleeve, man.
Oh yeah. What you think about it, Marcus? About Bookie leaving, man?
Yeah, man. Uh, yeah, a little indifferent because you know what I'm saying. Like, there's a lot of good players coming in, and a lot of players that's probably gonna step up. But yeah, just hate to see a veteran go. A good, solid guy, man. You know he was gonna play good for you. He was always one of the top pro football focused players that OU always had. He was always one of the highest rated ones, I should say. But yeah,
Yeah, he was. I used to be surprised by that sometimes, but he did what he had to do most of the time on the field. He made some mistakes and moments that we probably wouldn't like to see, but I mean, he was all right. But hopefully, wherever he go, he have more of an opportunity to play because you can kind of see his playing time was kind of fizzling out a little bit. So, especially with the addition, I mean, with the emergence of other players. So,
Mm-hmm.
but I wish him the best. Like you said, he was everybody seemed to like him. So we'll see. So y'all
You
want to
know,
start? Go ahead.
he
Go ahead.
did
Go ahead.
have a my bad. He did have a few mistakes, man, but isn't that expected as for a young player coming in playing early as a freshman? You know what I'm saying? You can't expect these young guys to come out there and put them in a starting role and expect them to play like a seasoned veteran. You know what I mean? Yeah, he did have some questionable, penalties thrown on him, but I think that's all part of the maturation process.
yeah. He just had some the personal foul penalties. I think rubbed everybody the wrong way.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I don't think OU did him any justice by throwing him at nickel instead of corner anyway. On his part, like I think he probably would have been a better corner instead of a nickel.
You think
But
so?
yeah, man,
I
them
think he's.
covering
I
tight
mean,
ends.
I mean,
yeah,
so what
I
make you
could.
say that? Like, what about his skill set that make you think he would have been better off at corner than in the inside?
Because I mean, coming out of high school, he was a 5-star corner, lockdown on the outside. It's totally
Word.
different than playing right there in the middle,
True.
where you taking tight end and you more worried about the run game and filling gaps and stuff. Like you in the box, so you know you got people coming to get you, coming to block you, coming to knock your head off because you in the
He
box. So and not out
he's
there at the corner.
obviously undersized for the box too.
Yeah, he's a little dude. So
Yeah. So you know what I mean. But wish him the best though, especially if he get a chance to play the corner. Because he get to play his natural position, we might not. If he would have got to play his natural position at OU, we might not be having the same conversation. He might be out of
Right.
here because he been a stud these 3 years.
Right. That's true. That's true.
for
Well,
sure,
I
for
don't, I
sure.
don't, I don't know that the door is completely closed. It was that article that surfaced today that Lincoln was basically saying that he wished him the best, but he's not ready to close the door on that chapter. It's kind of some speculation that he may remove himself from the portal. I guess.
Oh,
Like I
that's
said,
interesting.
I would hope that like I say, from a standpoint of having that veteran leadership, you would hope that he would come back. But obviously, he sees some things or knows some things that we don't know. You know what I'm saying? He didn't just, this wasn't a spur of the moment move. He did go sit down and talk with the coaches. So I would have to think that they gave him some information that led him to making a decision.
Yeah. I mean, and I'm sure he realized that, he saw where his playing time was headed. So time to move around, man. But next year, let's talk about the projected depth chart, who we think is going to be out there, what they saying out here. We'll start with DJ Graham. He's probably projected to start at one corner. He's a pretty good high school receiver as well. I really like him. Probably I don't know, between him and Woody Washington, I don't know. But I kind of like DJ Graham a little better. I don't know if I'm off there, but when I see him on the field, I like the upside. What y'all think about DJ Graham? Sean, Marcus, anybody? Not saying anyone of y'all.
Go ahead, Dart.
I mean, what is it? I mean, he's long. I mean, I think he's about 5'11", 6 foot. He got long arms, so it makes him look like he's even taller than what he is because he's so kind of like rangy, I guess they say.
Yeah, that's what it is. Because he looked long. Yeah, he looked longer than his height indicates.
But he's real athletic, and he goes and he's a natural ball hawk. Like he ain't been out there playing a lot, but you can tell he got good natural instincts.
Yeah,
because of the interception he had at the end of the game. I forgot which game it was.
Yeah, I can't remember either. But I know he had one against Florida too, right?
No.
No.
Or was that somebody had a pick on the side, right? Well, they had a lot of picks.
Yeah, they had. Well, I think 3 is a total unit or something like that, wasn't it? 3 or 4.
Trey Norwood and Brian Asamoah.
Okay.
Was it Texas?
I'm calling
Texas. That sound about right.
But yeah,
matter of fact, I'm pretty sure it was the Texas game.
Yeah. So I mean, he's just a playmaker, man.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what he does coming back next year, man. Because I'm kind of like you. I think he's just a uncut ball player. You know what I'm saying? Some kids you can't worry about scheme and whatnot. You just got to let them get out there and get in the field of the ball game. And he's one of those kids that's gonna make some plays. Now, granted, you got to play within the scheme. I'm not saying to go out there and freelance it, but he's just one of those natural talents that he can make a few mistakes scheme wise and still make up for it with his athleticism and just his natural play.
I hear you, man. Not really like him. What about Woody Washington, man? At the other side, he'd probably be starting over there. We'll probably have Jaden Davis looking like the backup on either side. Woody Washington, 5'11", 192. I really like him. He kind of got some of the same type of attributes as DJ Graham to me. That's why I can't really decide which one I like better. But Woody Washington, I know it started off rough in that LSU, in that bowl game when he had to step in, but he made a couple plays, and I think that probably taught him a lot. It's probably a good learning experience for him. So I think we're going to be set looking pretty good at the 2 starting corners. So y'all give me some thoughts on Woody.
And all in all, this last year, the experience for the young kids like Woody and Graham, man, that's going to pay off big time because they got a lot of they were kind of thrown in the fire and got a lot of big game experience. So now they can come back a little bit seasoned. The game will slow down for them. And I think, let's say, this is probably going to be, well, obviously we hadn't had a good secondary in a while, but this will be one of the better secondaries that we've seen in quite some time for sure. Just from the experience.
Like, if you know how they talk about the kids making jumps and coming back better and don't be the same you as you was last year, the coach talk. Like, if he do that, like, I mean, you may be talking about a all Big 12 first team, second team, you know, and then if he keeps getting better, you know, maybe All-American. Because making plays. I don't think he gave up a touchdown.
That's pretty impressive.
The only
And
thing that I hate about that, and I kind of expect him to make a pretty good jump, but the only thing I hate about that is now you lose him. You know what I mean? You get those guys that make that big leap, and then all of a sudden it's like, well, what am I doing still playing college ball? I got to go get the bag. And hats off to you. Go get it if you're ready for it. You know what I mean? But as far as holding guys, as far as the depth goes, it'd be nice to keep a couple of these guys another year or so. That way we can kind of get some more younger kids to come up under their leadership.
Yeah, but me personally, I'm always kind of happy to see people leave. I don't know why. Like when they leave early, I know it hurts for us fans, but man, as far as for the player, I always I don't know. I feel good for him. As soon as you get the opportunity to go, I think you should go.
Yeah, no doubt.
No doubt about it. I know you're not saying that, but I know. I mean, I know what you mean. Just by he come out here, have a good season next year, and then bam, he's out of here. So now we got to find another Woody Washington or DJ Graham.
Right, we're back to square one.
But see, that's the cool thing. Like with the way they rotate so many people.
They do.
Like Joshua Eden played, DJ Graham played, Jaden Davis played. Like all these guys play. Right. So it isn't going to be. It may be a drop off, but it isn't going to be a big dramatic drop off. And sometimes it may be an improvement.
Mm-hmm.
Well, oh, by the way, DJ Graham, he only played in looked like 8 games last year. He had 1 pick. And Woody Washington played in 10 games and had 2 interceptions. So just throwing that out there. What you think about Jaden Davis, Marcus? You think he gonna make any improvement? Think he gonna step up next year?
Yeah, especially if they don't. He could probably play the nickel, and he could maybe start at the nickel because the nickel is going to be open without Bookie being there. But it's going to be, yeah, he got to step it up.
He got to step it up there. What about
thinking about it? It might be tough. It might be tough with the young bucks coming in. Jamar Cradell, you got Justin Harrington.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about Jeremiah Cradell? What is he looking like out there? Have you heard anything positive or negative on him?
He's solid from just even watching last year, because I want to say he played in like 8 to 10 games last year. He just wasn't really making the plays, I guess. He may have been in like the right spots to take away stuff, but not really getting tested, not getting thrown on, not giving up a big play.
He played 10 games, 11 tackles, no picks.
Yeah.
So he had 5 pass breakups though. Yeah, so he snuck him 5 breakups in there.
But yeah. Who's gonna make that leap? Like the Woody Washington, or maybe step up like the DJ Graham? Is Latrell McCutcheons? Is it going to be Justin Harrington? You know what I mean? Like, who's going to be it? Because they ain't going to play you if you ain't doing what you're supposed to. We didn't see that.
Just shout out Tim Ramsey in the chat. He said his leadership would be missed. I'm assuming he's talking about Bookie. So, and I feel that. I understand that. Yeah, I understand. He seemed like he kept the team fired up and stuff like that.
Yeah. Like if you listen to him talk, man, he sounds like a very intelligent kid. I mean, in his interviews, he's not scared. Very, very, very well spoken young man.
One thing you gotta love about him.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, Ron Brown. Let me shout out Ron Brown in the chat. He said Bookie looks slow to me. Maybe I'm wrong. Well, hey.
Yeah, man.
I mean, that's your opinion.
Yeah. But I think one of the things that
I kind of agree with him though a little bit, to be honest.
You gotta say about Bookie is the biggest thing to me is you could tell he played with a lot of emotion. Like
Yeah.
and I think that's where a lot of those penalties came from. As a young player, you got to find a balance to be able to still play with that emotion, but play smart. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of
Mm-hmm.
times you get so fired up, you can kind of lose your head in the game from time to time. You know what I mean? But I think that's gonna come with him maturing more and uh, you know being in those situations more.
All right. So we lost Trey Brown and we lost Trey Norwood for sure. Anybody else we lose? Or is that it? Other than Bookie?
Bookie.
Just
That's
those three?
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Um, Justin Harrington. Is he gonna be out there next year or what?
Yeah. Don't
By
know
the
if
way,
he will go yet.
he is 6'3", 215, just to throw that out there. But yeah, what'd you say? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think he's out there going right now. I don't think he's all the way full go, but yeah, he's there and practicing.
Okay. I mean, that's good.
Dark, are you
Solid.
expecting? You think McCutcheon will come in and compete for some playing time?
Yes,
Yeah, by the way they talking about him,
yes,
it seemed like he's
yeah.
next up.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they giving Billy Bowman a look on defense first, but they got to give him a shot on offense. And I don't
Yeah.
think once he gets that shot on offense, I don't think it ain't no coming back.
Now, is
Yeah,
McCutcheon is he playing free or strong?
McCutcheons is gonna play corner.
Oh yeah,
Corner,
corner.
yeah.
Which one is that? Don't one of them play safety or is that Harrington I'm thinking about?
Harrington.
Okay, all right. You got confused a little bit.
And I think Jordan Mukes is gonna play
Yeah, he'll be
safety.
in at the safety spot.
Yeah, I think
He'll,
he's gonna
he,
be
he'll
safety.
be a red shirt, I think, for sure.
Yeah, I think that'll
Me
be
too.
good for him. That'll be good for him though.
Yeah, he just ain't played a lot of football. But it just, I mean, we don't know what he's gonna look like in practice and everything too, though. So
I mean, let's face it, not every kid is capable of coming right in and just being an impact player. You know what I mean? And I think we have enough depth at the safety position to where it wouldn't hurt him to go ahead and shirt a year and kind of get some knowledge under his belt and then come back ready to hit home runs with it.
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
because I mean, even they got the kid out of Virginia, Devon Harmon. He's a nickel corner safety type where he can play any one of the DB spots. He like 6'1".
What's the story with Pat Fields?
They got on here, they got Justin Harrington projected to start and Delarian Turner, yeah, at the other safety. So Pat Fields, we'll see. I know, and we got Keyshawn Lawrence. We can't forget about him. He's coming in. So it's about to get
6'2".
real competitive out there, the safety spot and the corners. But the safeties, oh man.
But
It's
like
no
as much as I told y'all, I just well not well I don't want to say dislike, but as much as I get on Pat Fields, he always gets on the field, does what he needs to do to get on the field.
he does.
So hey, if one of them can beat him out, so be it. But I got to see it to believe it. So I still believe Pat Fields end up starting at the what is it, free?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're right. I mean, because I know they got whatever Harrington projected, but
Yeah, you
mm,
would think early on, especially at least,
right.
Fields is in there.
Fields probably gonna start the season for sure.
I think it'll be one of those situations where it's kind of his job to lose, but
Yeah.
Harrington is gonna be right there. You know what I mean?
Unless like when they do their rotations, you know what I'm saying. Harrington start making them plays to where you like
Right,
I can't take them out because all they
right.
do is make plays.
Mm-hmm.
Or that's for anybody. That's for any of them, really. Like even Bryson Washington, because that's what they thought. That's what a lot of people thought when he was coming in, that he was gonna come in and automatically take Pat Fields' spot. But he ain't seen a damn except for nothing on special teams. So
Hey, I'm checking out the comments. Shout out to Blue Diamond Jim. He says it was always an experience on third down, on third and long with Bookie in there.
Hey, you go ahead and pull your hair out sometimes out there. Like, man.
just run to
You
the
never
sideline.
know.
Just run to the sideline.
You're like, oh, it's third down. All right, here we go.
I feel
it's,
you.
like, here we
Nope.
go,
And it
guys.
would always
Run to
be
the
one of
sideline.
those situations where you got to get off the field, and then here comes the flag. It's like, damn, and then we go down and give up some points. Like, damn, could have been off the field, but get that bonehead penalty. But it happens.
Personal
It happens
foul.
to the best.
Number 44. Like, oh man. But like you said, I hope he finds somewhere to go good where he can get some playing time. And I hope he go out there and play corner and ball out wherever he goes. And we heard it. We haven't really heard nothing about where he's thinking about going, nothing like that, right?
Mm-mm.
No, I hadn't heard anything.
Just probably go back west.
Well, Ron Brown said JD is slow. What we talking about? JD? What are you talking about, Ron Brown?
JB or JD?
Are you talking about Jaden Davis? I don't know. Let's see.
It would have to be, I would think.
Anyway, who is the I know we got a couple recruits we looking at for next year too. We'll start with that, and then we'll talk about whoever coming in. But I know I just looked at Jaden Rowe, 6'3", 210 from Tulsa Union, and man, he was every time somebody broke a long run, he was walking them down. I was like, man, he got a long stride, and he's playing corner, ladies and gentlemen, at 6'3". So, and he looked like he might be able to pull it off too. And I wouldn't be surprised if he go to safety, but he looked good from his high school footage. And that's just one of the guys I was looking at on here. I know Marcus, I'm sure you know another one of the guys they looking at. You know what you know about Will Johnson out there, man? The dude
Will
from Michigan.
Johnson.
Another 6'3", 190.
Now he's a guy that's going to be able to play the corner, even though he is 6'3". He probably be able to play anywhere he want to. If he get too big, he probably be able to play that hybrid outside linebacker. But I mean, he's everything you want in a big athlete like that. Good ball skills, probably play wide receiver, best corner in the nation. Got OU in the top 10. So we'll see, man. Keep your fingers crossed.
And so if he don't pull a Ohio State or Alabama on us.
I mean, right now it's 100% Michigan. So it's hard to get those top guys from that Midwest like that.
Yeah, it's rough. It is rough. They love staying where they're at. I don't blame them. So now, who else?
Yeah, nothing like playing playing for the hometown fans. That's for sure.
Yeah, especially when it's Michigan and Ohio State. Like,
Well, we already touched on a couple of the people that's coming in this year, Jordan Mukes and Latrell McCutcheon. And what y'all know about Damon Harmon? He's 6'1", 180 out of Virginia. Have you looked at his tape?
Yeah, he played with Kevin Gilliam.
Oh, okay. The D tackle dude.
Yeah, he can play all over. He can play safety. He can play corner. He's going to be good. Now, I think he may be one of them sleeper guys that come in and push for playing time that not a whole lot of people talked about because he's not an early enrollee. And he's from Virginia, a place that we really don't get a whole lot of kids. So he may be one of those sleeper type guys.
Okay. Not bad.
I can tell you one thing, man. Grinch is going after some serious size. That's for sure. I think everybody is 6 feet and at least 175 pounds.
I mean, hey, at least
At least that's
5'11" at the
minimum.
shortest, seemed like
At the shortest,
5'11",
yeah.
6 feet.
And
Small.
you gotta look like, if you 5'11", you gotta look like you're 6'1".
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and that's the thing that I've been saying. Like, they've been sticking to a profile. Like, they want their D linemen to look like power forwards, and they want their DBs to look like wings,
Mm-hmm.
because they want to be long and fast. And I mean, that's what they getting.
Right. That's good. That's what we need out there. Let me see. Is anybody else we missed touching on coming in? Nah, I don't think so. What else we got? What about? Oh, that's kind of like what we did last time. What about some of the throwback DBs? You know, Roy Williams and Derek Strait and Aaron Colvin.
Yeah.
You know, some of the good ones, man. Name some of your favorite players from back in the day in the DB section.
First up, you got to go with Perk.
Who? Perkins?
Perkins. Yeah, man. I mean, you know, fan
His corner
favorite.
skills or his returning skills?
Just that. Well, I know he was a cornerback, but the boy he could return like no other.
Yeah, he was taking him to the house.
Yeah, man.
He took, man. Didn't he tie a record or something one game?
I'm not
one season
positive
he had,
on it. He was somewhere close to a record if he didn't break it.
Nah, that's real though. One of your favorite corners or safeties, Marcus, that you from back in the day?
Man, the one I'm thinking about, I cannot remember his name, but I'll go with somebody that I can. Old Toast, Zach Sanchez. Started off a little scratchy, a little rough, a little rough around the edges, but boy, that boy went on what, an 8-game pick streak.
Zach was a big time gambler.
Boy, wasn't the fastest, sure wasn't the tallest, but like he just made plays.
Didn't Zach get picked up by what, in Miami?
He played a couple years in the league. I know, for Carolina.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I gotta give a shout out to the big homie Darius Johnson. You know what I'm saying? Played back in the 90s. You know, got to shout him out, my boy. You know what I'm saying? Went on to play for the Denver Broncos, got him a couple Super Bowl rings, you know, no big deal. All right, somebody said Brandon Average in the chat.
Wow, that was a good one.
Guy. What up, Brandon Average, man? Rest in peace to him. Man, he was a beast. He used to come in hidden. He used to remind me of Marcus. Hey, come in head first. Hey, he'd get all kind of flags nowadays, but Brandon Average used to lay people. He used to lay the wood on them.
What's the guy who played for Arizona and Baltimore but didn't get drafted?
Arizona and Baltimore?
Yes, he played safety.
Oh man, he used to I think he's played running back in high school too.
Yes.
I know exactly who you're talking about. I can't think of his name right now. Yeah, he was a scrappy player. He was pretty good. Tim Rezzi said, what do you think about Key? And will he start? I think we touched on it a little bit, but he talking about Keyshawn Lawrence, obviously, the safety.
I think he got a good chance to start at corner, or I mean not corner, but nickel or safety.
Okay. Yeah, just judging off what I've seen from him from the tape, I haven't watched him in depth, but he does look like the type of player that can come right on in and take somebody's spot, you know, if they slipping.
No doubt.
You can get your spot taken.
Like on the low, you got like the last 3 or 4 Mr. Tennessee, the best football players out of Tennessee, player of the year out of Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you got like the last 3 or 4 of them. Like, that's crazy. From Woody Washington, Eric Gray, Keyshawn Lawrence, Wanye Morris. Like, I think all of them was Mr. Football of Tennessee.
Man, that's pretty serious. Oh, Tim came right back, said Pat Fields is a captain for a reason. All right. Like I said, he always find a way to start, always find a way to get on the field. So I can't take nothing away from him until he
he's doing
loses
something
spot.
right.
Yeah,
right.
I mean, I can't say that until he loses his job. So let's see. You know what I mean? I think, yeah, I think that about covered it. I think for the DB room, man. Hopefully we didn't forget to touch on somebody. We probably did, but I know it's a couple other guys on the roster, but those pretty much are the guys that's in the rotation to get some playing time or start or coming in or some recruits we looking at. But yeah, man, it's no laces. We're gonna come back. You know, I'm like I said, I'm trying to come back as soon as possible. Drop another video. Hey, we love talking about OU, so we try and think of something to talk about. We'll make something up to talk about with OU. But so yeah, I'm gonna say peace out, and hey, don't forget to hit the like button. And please don't forget to subscribe. Get us up over 1,000, man. Come on. And